Morning. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning.
Where are you at right now?
Just at home in Utah.
Funny I say good morning and it's damn near night, right? It's the magic of radio.
I was going to write it with you. I was going to write it out.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Well, you know what? We are available when you are available because we're big fans, have been since you landed on this radio station with a song called Somebody Told Me. Since then, I want to bring up a couple of instances where we have been in the same place at the same time. Before I do that, I'll tell everybody they got to go to the Pechanga Arena and see you on August the 24th. Tickets still available. You came to San Diego. You played a show called Street Scene, and you shared with me just after you had played with the band that you had met Apple, Gwyneth and Chris Martin's child, and that was a standout moment for you at Live 8. So long ago and probably hard to remember as you look back so many years ago now. Do you have a favorite moment from that day?
I think I might have been half joking because we also met David Gilmour that day. Pink Floyd reunion, and I met Madonna. I met Stuart Price, who ended up becoming a really integral producer for us. It was a big day. It was a fun day. I remember being on the double decker. I do remember this.
Yeah. Another moment that I got to tell people about. I'm in San Francisco. It's 2009. And I'm at a radio station Christmas show, and in the outside area where all the bad people gather to do their things, I'm having a conversation with a guy about favorite Christmas song, non-traditional, and in the rock and roll variety. And we're all going around sharing our favorites. And one guy says, "Please Don't Shoot Me, Santa" is my favorite. And we all go, "Oh, yeah." And then all of a sudden, you appear and say, "That is a really great song. I do love that one." And you blew our minds, man. Are you talking about me?
Sounds like, that's funny.
It's good to hear you laugh. It's great to be in connection with you again. So many things have happened in this last few years that we won't go into, other than you kept us very well entertained throughout it. I mean, right at the beginning of things, you inducted the Cars into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You put the Imploding the Mirage record out. Pressure Machine came out, which I think you looked as respectfully worn down as the rest of us, and it reflected it because you went home, if I'm not mistaken, to Utah and got back to the things that you know you could control, or at least you knew well, I feel like, when you made that record. Would you agree?
Yeah, it was interesting because I had all this time for those experiences to simmer and all this time to grow, I think, as in, at my job as a writer and a singer. And we had been waving the Las Vegas flag, for so long, and I had sort of kept this under wraps, this other side of me. It was almost like having the opportunity to make for your first record again. They say you have your whole life to make your first record. And it was really a lot like that. And it was interesting to have that happen again after, actually for our seventh record.
Seventh album.
And so, we're really proud with how that turned out.
Erasure, Depeche Mode, New Order. If you were to pick a winner or order those as your favorites, because obviously in alternative music, they're right up there with yourselves as crown jewels of electronic and keyboard music. Erasure, Depeche Mode, and New Order. How you ordering that, Brandon?
Man, that's tough. I've sort of become friends with Bernard from New Order and Martin from Depeche Mode, so I got to give them the number one spot tie.
Okay.
Barely behind would be Erasure. And, it's just Vince Clarke started Depeche Mode, the backbone of Erasure. So it's pretty amazing, that trilogy there.
I would ask you now for just for ducks, favorite Erasure song. Can you pick one?
If you want to know, actually, my favorite is called Blue Savannah Sky.
Blue Savannah Song.
Yeah, Blue Savannah Song. Love
so
that
great.
song.
I won't ask you anymore, but I wanted to go in that hallway for a second because so many times you are compared to people. One day you will be the band that everyone compares to, and you will get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. When that day comes, Brandon, if somebody was to get the tap to be the person to induct you like you inducted the Cars so well in 2018.
Being able to induct the Cars was so surreal and such an honor for me. And thank heavens I got to meet Rick before he unfortunately passed away. But I think you're not able to be considered until 25 years after your first album. So we're still talking 7 years. Maybe somebody will crop up that seems like an obvious answer, but I don't know.
So you've got musician, father, husband, singer next to your name. Before you leave this earth, Brendan Flowers, what would you like to have as a title next to your name, you think?
Man, I'm pretty happy with with where I'm at right now. We'll see where the next chapter takes me, or if there's anything else in store. But right now, this is hard enough. Father and husband and singer and writer is keeping me busy.
How's everything at home? Is everything good? What are you listening to on the radio and showing off to the kids these days? You got to be exposing them to music.
It's so interesting because if you show them this music that shaped me, it's like my dad showing me, late 50s music.
Right.
They have so much to hear because I want them to know who Buddy Holly is, but I also want them to know who ELO is, and I want them to know who the Smiths are, and I want, there's just so much, and I just am trying to give them a well-rounded, education.
Yeah. Your favorite memory of being in San Diego? You've been through here a whole bunch. I remember you giving us a sound check party for fans at the Remac Arena over there by the water that one time in La Jolla, but your favorite time in San Diego?
Yeah, we've always had good shows there. Our show at that arena was a standout gig. And so I'm looking forward to doing that again, and hopefully we have the same kind of reaction because we're loving being on stage again.
Yeah.
And I think it was our first time playing with the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, was in like 2004, was in San Diego. Mm-hmm. Our guitar player, Dave Kooning, resides out there.
Yes. A friend of yours, Brian Karsig of the Nervous Records.
Absolutely.
Who's very close to the radio station.
Yep. Louis the 14th.
Johnny Marr is going to be on this show. What can you tell us about that?
We got to play This Charming Man with him, and we invited him to do it at Glastonbury 2019. And he was just such a great guy, and we'd mentioned that we were going to go on tour and asked if he wanted to do some dates, and he said sure. And I think he's doing all the North American dates, and he's a hero of ours, not just for the Smith stuff, but he also was in a band called Electronic, with Bernard. And I love those records and his solo music, and totally don't love the fact that he's playing before us. It seems a little bit sacrilegious, but hopefully we'll be able to dust off some Smith songs and have some fun.
Appreciate you here in San Diego. We're looking forward to the show on Wednesday, August 24th. Before we leave, Brendan Flowers of the Killers, that disco ball jacket. Do you know what I'm talking about? The super shiny jacket.
Yes, yeah.
Where does that super shiny jacket live? Because I remember the reflection off that jacket like blinded my eyes, and I'm like, that jacket needs to have turn that.
Yeah,
thing
it was
down.
heavy. Yeah, I cut myself putting it on and taking it off a couple times, and I was like, that's it. That's enough. I got to put this thing away.
Where does it live now?
It's in a wardrobe case somewhere. I'll find it. I'll bring it.
Please do. I love that. Can't wait to see you, Brandon, and best to everybody. We'll see you Wednesday, August 24th.
See you down there.
Thank you, Pechanga Arena. Bye now.
Bye.